and welcome to my cloth diaper stripping video. I'm Common and I did full-time cloth diapering with my kiddo Elba. She's been out of diapers for several months, but I am doing the stripping of the diapers now to pack them away into vacuum bags and into storage. So I figured, let me show you how I do the stripping of our diapers. This video is a practical, literally showing you how I choose to strip our diapers. However, if you want just this short version, you want to cut to it, link down below is a blog of exactly how I strip our diapers. You can also periodically refer to it if you want to remember the ratio and the different ingredients that goes into the solution. Now on to today's video. I am sitting here in my pajamas. I have already finished bathing and Elba is already asleep, and that is no accident. This is part of my stripping process. I have done this a few times, so I have some experience with stripping diapers, and I have found that the best timing for me to do cloth diapers, I was just thinking now, it's like similar to sourdough and things, you like figure out the best timing that works for you. But the best timing for me for stripping diapers is to strip them late at night, and then they lie in the solution overnight. And then the next morning I put them on a rinse cycle to get that solution out, and then I put them on a wash cycle, and then I put them out in the sun because the sun is just fantastic for cleaning diapers. And that is also why I'm doing this now. So Elba's been out of diapers for many months, but when she finished up with nighttime cloth diapers, it was during the winter months. And although I do strip during the winter months, when I'm putting them away or when we've finished a particular size and moved on to the next size, and this was only true, we only moved from newborn to the next size, so that only happened once. But when we've sort of finished with diapers, I really like to give them a summer stripping, which means that I like to do the stripping process and make sure that they get good sun to extra clean them. The sun is also fantastic to remove stains from them. Elba was exclusively breastfed for a long period of time, and sometimes that can cause a little bit of yellow marks on the diapers. The sun gets those out. I'm not sure if that actually happened with our wash routine, but I know that I bought secondhand ones that had that staining on them. When I stripped them and put them in the sun, that came out. So because it's summer now, I have been stripping cloth diapers. I've already done one batch. I did the batch of predominantly white diapers. I just like to wash them together because you do strip on hot. So if your colors are going to run, then separate by color. At this point, I don't think my diapers colors are going to run. They've been washed many, many times. But just because I was stripping and I needed to strip a lot, I did decide to split them up and do the predominantly white load, and now this is the colorful load. I also needed to split them up because there's only so much space I have on our dry rack that I put outside with them lying in the sun, and I really want to make sure that this part is going in the sun. Back to stripping. It is really easy. You need 4 things. You need the 3 ingredients, and then you need a half cup measuring cup. That's all you need to strip it, and then something to strip it in. So I'm going to strip it in our tub, in our spare bathroom. That's just gonna lie there overnight, but you can use like a big container of sorts to strip your diapers in, or you can use your bathtub. Or depending if you don't have that many, you can like use your basin as well. Then I also just want to share, on the note of stripping, I'm a big fan of stripping diapers, and the reason for that is because I read a lot of different blogs and different things and watched videos on people's different wash routines, and I went through so many different types of laundry detergents and wash cycles and all the things to try to avoid an ammonia buildup. An ammonia buildup is when your diapers smell and look fantastically clean, but then when your baby wears them, as soon as they have a wee, it has like a really, really strong acidic smell. That means you've got an ammonia buildup. Now I tried really hard because I read in many places that, you know, if your wash routine is good, you're going to avoid this. And honestly, I washed those diapers to the maximum and I would still get that buildup. And then what I was doing in the process, I was ruining my cloth diapers by these like extreme wash cycles just to try to avoid this buildup. And because I wash cloth diapers with other things to make sure that they sort of agitate, like rub against each other. It's good for them. I was ruining other things as well. I was literally ruining like our towels and other clothing. So I was like, no, I'm getting a buildup anyway, and I'm ruining my really nice cloth diapers by doing this. So I found a much more simple wash routine that gets them clean, and literally it didn't increase the amount of time that would go by before I get an ammonia buildup versus like these extensive wash routines with all these different laundry detergents. I went back to a laundry detergent that I feel good about the ingredients, very like eco-friendly, very natural, and a wash routine that did not ruin my diapers or anything else. And I was like, I will just strip our diapers every couple of months if I get a buildup. And a lot of things that I read was like, no, don't do that because stripping is really harsh on your diapers and it will ruin them much faster, etc., etc. However, those extensive wash routines were ruining my diapers way more than any stripping has. I have not seen that my diapers were of bad quality after stripping them. What was ruining them was these elaborate wash routines that I was going through to try to avoid an ammonia buildup. So I don't know if another cloth diaper mom needs to hear this. I felt like I was doing something wrong for a really long time because I was getting an ammonia buildup, but every single cloth diaper mom that I speak to has tried so many different ways, and all of them get an ammonia buildup. And this is with different types of cloth diapers, this is with different types of washing machines, hard water, soft water, you name it. I don't know a single person who cloth diapers who doesn't get an ammonia buildup. So I am a big fan of just strip those diapers every couple of months. I'm very comfortable with doing that, and also because I have purchased several of my cloth diapers secondhand, I strip them, of course, before I use them on our kid. Alright, so I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that whole long thing. I just thought that I would share that because I had this like fear around stripping my diapers as if it was going to like majorly ruin them, where that has not been my experience, and I've stripped my diapers several times by now. So this is not this lot of diapers for stripping. It was some of those, but that's just because they're new to me. And yes, I hope that also liberates you from the constant trying to find a wash routine that doesn't result in this ammonia buildup. I feel like that's just part and parcel of cloth diapering. And if you live in a place that has a lot of sun, awesome, because that means you probably get to hang out your cloth diapers in the sun, which means you need a much less extensive wash routine, and it also means that you probably need to strip your diapers much less than I do. Now, I don't have that. I say that because my parents and my grandparents all cloth diapered in South Africa, and they pretty much just used the sun to clean the cloth diapers. So anyway, back to the process. For diapers, we use fitted separate inserts. However, we have fitted where the insert is attached to them. We have the Assembly Organics one, and then I recently got some other cotton one which is also attached to them. But for the most part, it's like this fitted diaper, and then it gets an inner or two, and then you use a cover over it. So what that means and why I'm sharing that in this video is I'm not stripping diapers like pocket diapers, which have, I don't have pocket diapers, but pocket diapers have the plastic part also attached to them. I don't really think that there's an adjustment that you would need to make, because I did initially have pocket diapers and I did initially strip them, and then I just found that pocket diapers are not for me, and I really don't like using them. I don't like using all-in-ones. I don't like using diapers where the cover is attached to the diaper. I don't like that, and for many reasons make a separate video around that. However, I'm just sharing that in case you want to extra check up if it's okay to put that part into super hot water. Most of the diapers will say wash on warm, and when you strip, it's hot. The water is hot, hot, hot. So there's just that element to it, but I have not found in my experience of stripping any kind of diaper, and I have stripped pockets, all-in-ones, fitted, flats. I think the only one I haven't done is pre-fold, and none of them have ever shrunk, none of them have ever come out ruined from that process. But my disclaimer is that I do this with our diapers, so please just take responsibility and decide what you feel comfortable doing with your diapers. Now let's move on to the actual stripping. So I'm stripping those diapers, nighttime diapers, and I'm stripping these like tiny undies. We did elimination communication, so these are tiny undies, little cotton trainers, very similar to period panties that Elba wore for a while there. And we're going to strip with 3 ingredients, like I said. The first ingredient, bicarb, also known as bicarbonate of soda. Sodium bicarbonate. I'm blanking a little bit, it's late at night. Anyway, very easy to find ingredient. I will link down below the exact ones that I buy. This is gonna sound weird, but I buy them off Amazon because it gets delivered to my house and it is the cheapest ones I found. So, and we actually use bicarb for loads of things in our house, so we buy that in bulk. Bicarb, first ingredient. Second ingredient, also one that I happen to have in my house, but I don't think that many people do, is borax. Also some kind of sodium. Sodium tetraborate is the next one that we use. And then the final one, I know that you cannot see the label, is washing soda. When there was twice in my diaper stripping life that I used an additional ingredient that is linked down below, and that is when we did have hard water before we got a softener onto our mains. We have a softener now to get essentially the hard water buildup out of the diapers. I read a lot of mixed things about like vinegar makes it better, no vinegar makes it worse, and a lot of different things around hard water. So when we moved away from hard water, I just made sure to add that additional component. I think that of the things that I use, that's probably the least like clean ingredient thing, but I didn't know what else works to get, what else really works to get out the hard water buildup out the diapers. I do not have hard water anymore, so that's not a consideration for me anymore. And these are the only 3 ingredients that I use to strip my diapers on a regular basis. Next thing we use is a 1/2 cup measuring cup. And it is equal parts of those 3 ingredients. So this is very simple. And if you're going to strip a lot of diapers, and it's going to be a lot, you want to up it, say use like 3/4 or a full cup of those, that's fine. Just use equal parts of them. If you're gonna do less, then do less. Like do a 1/4 cup of each if you're gonna use less water. Just adjust it accordingly. The point is really just that those are equal parts of those 3 ingredients. And then super hot water. So let's get to it. This is the load of ones that I already did, all the white diapers that I already stripped, and they're packed in there. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that you want to be stripping clean and dry diapers. So you want to wash them, dry them in however you dry them, and then strip them. Don't strip dirty diapers. Wash them in your normal wash routine first, and then strip them. Now they're just gonna lie in that solution. I'm gonna go about my rest of my night, and every so often before I go to bed, I'm just going to go and take that stainless steel utensil and move them around a little bit. And I'm going to do that, say, like 2 or 3 times depending on what time I go to bed. I'm going to leave them in that solution until tomorrow morning. So I'll see you again tomorrow morning. diapers rinse.
The washing.
Okay. Coming. Yes, love. All right. Met ik veel water gaan inzetten.
What's that?
Cloth diaper inner.
There. I put two loop, and that. Look. There. I'll put the loop. Put the loop.
Ja, jag får inte ner det så.